Hello, hello, hello. This is Source Codex with slightly different video. As I'll state later in the video, I searched high and low on YouTube and online for how do you remove an axle from a wheelbarrow wheel that has spacers like this that can be seized up and therefore almost impossible to get off of your wheelbarrow tire when you're trying to replace it. So how did I do it? Here is the only video on YouTube as of October 2021 that will show you how I got it out. Mystery soon to be solved, all using a few simple items. Hello everyone, this is your jazz fusion guy, also known as Source Codex, and today's video is going to be a little different. I have a background as a forester and an arborist, and I like to do stuff around the yard, even though I'm an old fart. Well, I had an interesting thing happen yesterday. This tire, which was on my wheelbarrow, I took to the local tire place to have filled up, inflated, because it was flat. And as you see, believe it or not, this thing is a complete mess. So what happened? Well, while the guy was filling up the tire with air, I said, oh, well, it's snug to the rim now. What kind of pressure does this thing take? He didn't say anything to me. Next thing I know, there's a huge explosion. No tire, paper and dust flying around everywhere in the garage. He's got a cut on his hand, and I'm standing there unscathed. This tire flew 15 feet away into the other side of the garage. It was a missile. Well, crazy as that sounds, yes, it actually happened. You can see the inner tube is a shattered mess, and the rim unbelievably bent all to heck. Well, this video is not about how to blow up your wheelbarrow tire. They did refund me the money because I had to go buy a nice solid tire from Tractor Supply. Well, it's got a valve, so maybe it's not solid. But anyhow, tire was 20 bucks. And I just want to redo my favorite old wheelbarrow instead of buying a new one. The handles rotted and broke off when I was moving some stuff like this. And one thing leads to the next. I go on YouTube to find out how do you remove spacers, stuck rusty spacers from your axle. If you look, let me put this up here. If you look, here's a spacer about 4 inches long, and it is stuck on here. I can see it's been bent on before, and there were no videos at all on YouTube after watching about 12 of them on how to get a spacer off. So I'm hoping this video will help somebody in the future, because this wheelbarrow is, I don't know, 20, 25 years old, could be older than that. I don't even remember the history of it. I certainly didn't buy it new, and you know, I'm an old fart, and I've had this wheelbarrow as long as I can remember, you know, and, you know, how old it is doesn't matter, but it's a nice, solid, healthy wheelbarrow. Just needed new handles, new nuts and bolts. I've got the new handles. Here's the old handle. The other one completely rotted. The one I kept is just a guidance to where to put holes. Well, I've treated the stuck spacer with PB, Fabulous Blaster, Nuts and Bolts Buster since 1957. This is great stuff. I also treated this spacer here on the axle with WD-40 as well. Everybody knows what the yellow and blue can is. So I'm going to go into the shop and I'm going to take this demolished wheelbarrow into the shop and try and get the spacer off. I read online somewhere someone was talking about hitting it with a heat gun. So first thing I'm going to try is heating it up. Then I'm going to put it in a vise and I'm going to try hitting it with a mallet, putting some pipe wrenches on it, whatever I can figure out how to get it loose, because I need the axle to go into the new tire. Okay, signing off. I will report how it goes later on. Here we are again in the shop. Here's my trusty Tekpo heat gun, which I bought for a song on eBay. I bought this to remove the back of a cell phone to put a new battery in, but it looks like I'm going to use it instead first for this. So here we go. And this thing does get nice and hot. What I read online is that the heat gun will cause the metal to expand, and the sleeve is a thin piece of metal and the axle is quite thick, and it's not going to expand anywhere near like the sleeve. And it's also recommended to beat the sleeve with a mallet. Well, I've got enough different mallets to do that. And I got plenty of pipe wrenches, and I got a itty bitty vise. So we'll see what happens next. I'm going to turn the wheel over and heat the other side of the sleeve, but you don't need to see all that. Alright, okay. Signing off. We've done the heat gun on the shaft. I just installed a nice old vise of mine onto the workbench. The one that I had been using before is this little teeny vise that doesn't do anything. Alright, I got the other spacer in the vise. I don't know if you can see that, but there it is. And here's my beat up wheel, and I've got a pipe wrench on it. And lo and behold, oh, here we go. Working with one hand, filming with the other. The spacer is moving. So I've got some results. Alright, we'll tune back in when I can report more. But the spacer is moving. Okay, what I am doing is I am unwinding the spacer, so to speak, and I am lifting up on it. And you can see it's coming up. So, pretty smart, I think. Pretty smart. And I will report on how it comes along later. Look, I added some more of the PB Blaster down in here to assist me as I lift this sucker up. And I think I'm going to keep filming so that you folks can see how loose it is. Okay, it slid back down. Let me check this out. Moment of truth here. Here we go. Haha! Spacer is off. So, pre-treatment with PB Blaster, penetrating catalyst on the spacer and the axle, and a pipe wrench, a vise on the other side to hold the other part of the axle, upward counterclockwise movement on the spacer, and it is off. Thank God. Now the tire, as far as I understand physics, should slide off. And there we have the axle with the other spacer. Oh, okay. Oh, watch out. There it is, ready to go. And I will slide all of this into the new tire, put everything back on the new handles, attach everything under the old wheelbarrow, and we are good to go. So that's it. And here's the simple steps. PB Blaster on the axle on the spacer, WD-40. I don't know how much good it did, but I put it in there anyway. A good size pipe wrench, a vise to put the other end of the axle to hold it steady. Turn your old spacer, add some more PB Blaster along the way, spin it counterclockwise, and lift up at the same time. And you have success. I forgot to mention using a heat gun. Maybe that worked, maybe that didn't. I hit the spacer a few times with my little mallet, not too much, because I want to use it again. And there you have it, Jazz Fusion Guy, aka Source Codex, signing off. And the next time I go to the Firestone dealership to have anything done to a tire, I'm going to leave the premises so I don't almost get killed. Ciao.